Learn English through story. The Forgotten Promise. In the heart of the bustling city of Aldara, there was a quiet, unassuming street lined with small shops and cafe tilde copyright S. Among them was a bookstore called Eternal Pages, owned by a man named Samuel. Samuel was a middle-aged gentleman, known for his vast knowledge, kindness, and a deep love for books. His shop was a haven for book lovers, scholars, and anyone seeking a quiet escape from the chaos of city life. Samuel had inherited the bookstore from his father, who had founded it decades ago. The store was not just a business for Samuel, it was a legacy and a promise he had made to his father to keep the love of literature alive. Despite the growing digital age and the decline in physical book sales, Samuel remained committed to his promise. One evening, as Samuel was closing the shop, an old friend named Robert visited him. Robert was a successful businessman who had left Aldara years ago to pursue wealth and power. He had grown distant from Samuel and the simple life they once shared. "Samuel, it's been a long time," Robert said, a hint of nostalgia in his voice. "How have you been?" Samuel smiled warmly. "I've been well, Robert. The bookstore is still here, as you can see. How about you?" Robert's eyes gleamed with pride. "I've done well for myself. Business is booming, and I'm wealthier than I ever imagined. But I must admit, I've missed our old times." They talked for hours, reminiscing about their childhood and the dreams they once had. As the night grew late, Robert made a proposal. "Samuel, why don't you join me in my business? We can merge your bookstore into a larger chain of stores. Think about the possibilities. You'll make a fortune, and you'll still be part of the literary world." Samuel's heart sank. He knew that merging his bookstore into a commercial chain would mean losing its soul and the personal touch that made it special. He remembered the promise he had made to his father and the countless people who found solace in his shop. "I appreciate the offer, Robert," Samuel said gently, "but I can't abandon my promise and the values this bookstore represents. It's more than a business to me, it's a sanctuary." Robert was disappointed but respected Samuel's decision. "I understand, my friend. If you ever change your mind, my offer stands." Months passed, and the bookstore faced increasing financial struggles. Samuel's loyal customers continued to visit, but the competition from large bookstores and online retailers was overwhelming. One day, a young woman named Emily entered the store. She was a writer struggling to find inspiration for her next novel. "Welcome to Eternal Pages," Samuel greeted her. "How can I assist you today?" Emily looked around, her eyes lighting up at the sight of the old books and cozy atmosphere. "I'm a writer, and I'm looking for something to spark my creativity. Do you have any recommendations?" Samuel's face lit up with enthusiasm. He guided her to a section of classic literature and handed her a worn copy of a novel by a lesser-known author. "This book has inspired many writers. Perhaps it will do the same for you." Emily thanked Samuel and spent hours in the store, absorbed in the book. She returned every day, finding comfort and inspiration in the serene environment of Eternal Pages. Gradually, she formed a bond with Samuel, sharing her progress and ideas. One evening, as they sat discussing literature, Emily noticed Samuel's troubled expression. "Is everything all right, Samuel?" she asked with concern. Samuel sighed. The bookstore is struggling. I fear I won't be able to keep it open much longer." Emily was saddened by the news. She had grown to love the bookstore and couldn't bear the thought of it closing. "Is there anything I can do to help?" she asked earnestly. Samuel shook his head. "I'm afraid it's beyond saving. The world is changing, and it seems there's no place for small bookstores like mine." Determined to help, Emily devised a plan. She reached out to her writer friends, fellow book lovers, and local artists, organizing a series of events and fundraisers to support Eternal Pages. She used social media to spread the word, sharing stories about the bookstore's significance and the impact it had on the community. To Samuel's astonishment, people responded with overwhelming support. The events were a huge success, drawing large crowds and generating much-needed funds. More importantly, they revived the community's interest in the bookstore and reminded them of its value. Robert, hearing about the bookstore's resurgence, visited Samuel once again. "I heard about the remarkable turnaround, Samuel. I'm genuinely happy for you," he said sincerely. Samuel smiled, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Robert. It wasn't just me, it was the community. They reminded me of the promise I made and why it matters." Robert nodded thoughtfully. "Sometimes, it's easy to forget what truly matters in the pursuit of success. Your dedication is inspiring." Emily's efforts didn't stop there. She continued to promote the bookstore, organizing book readings, writing workshops, and community gatherings. Eternal Pages became a cultural hub, attracting people from all walks of life. Years later, as Samuel sat in his beloved bookstore, he reflected on the journey. He realized that the promise he had made to his father was not just about preserving a business but about nurturing a community and fostering a love for literature. Emily, now a successful author, often credited Eternal Pages and Samuel's unwavering dedication as her source of inspiration. The bookstore remained a symbol of resilience, passion, and the power of community. One evening, as Samuel was closing the shop, a young boy entered, holding a worn copy of a book. "Mr. Samuel, my grandfather gave me this book. He said it came from your store and that you helped him find his inspiration." Samuel took the book, recognizing it as the one he had given to Emily years ago. His eyes filled with tears of joy and pride. "Your grandfather was a remarkable person," he said, handing the book back to the boy. "And this bookstore will always be here to inspire others, just as it did for him." As the boy left, Samuel looked around the bookstore, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. He had kept his promise, not just to his father but to the countless souls who found solace, inspiration, and a sense of belonging within the walls of Eternal Pages. And so, the story of Eternal Pages continued, a testament to the enduring power of promises, community, and the love of literature. Samuel's legacy lived on, not through wealth or expansion, but through the hearts and minds of those who cherished the quiet, unassuming bookstore on a small street in Aldara. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.